personally, here's where I think they didn't do a very good job, and that was with Kelsey Mitchell, who's an unrestricted free agent, because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season, and I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
Sheryl Swoopes is back at it, stirring controversy with baseless claims about Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. But this time, Lexie Hull has had enough. For months, Sheryl Swoopes, the so-called legend, has been spreading wild accusations about the team. But this time, Hull isn't staying silent. She's taking a stand against the gossip and setting the record straight. So what did Swoopes say this time? Oh, just her usual. Claims of locker room chaos, a neglected Kelsey Mitchell, and hints that Christy Side's exit was anything but professional.
I think Christy did as good of a job as she could have. Managing all of the craziness, all of the Caitlin mania, all of the hype, all of the media. It was just so much that came with that.
You might be wondering why Swoopes, a Hall of Famer with plenty of accolades, keeps reaching for headlines with these outlandish claims. Is it jealousy or just a desperate bid to stay relevant? Either way, Lexie Hull has had enough, and she's here to set the record straight. What's it really like playing alongside Caitlin Clark? Spoiler, it's far from the chaotic picture painted by Swoopes. Swoopes' words might make for catchy headlines, but they crumble when faced with actual evidence. From heartfelt stories to laugh-out-loud team moments, Hull's response dismantles Swoopes' shaky narrative, piece by piece. Are you ready for a story that proves teamwork, unity, and resilience always outshine gossip and drama? Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
That players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
It's not the first time Sheryl Swoopes has tried to stir up controversy involving Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Remember her bold declaration that Clark's game wouldn't translate to the WNBA? Or when she claimed Clark wouldn't make a splash in her rookie season. Spoiler alert, Clark proved her wrong in record time, setting the league on fire with standout performances and awards that made her the talk of the town. But Swoopes didn't stop there. Earlier this year, she tried to fan the flames of discontent by hinting at locker room toxicity in the Fever, going as far as to suggest that some players didn't want to play alongside Clark. The problem? These stories were built on social media whispers rather than hard evidence.
What kind of things do you say?
I'm not in the locker room.
Okay, but just,
I'm talking about more social media.
And when she couldn't back them up, fans and analysts called her out for it. Even respected voices like Nancy Lieberman and Stephen A. Smith openly criticized her speculative approach, pointing out the glaring gaps in her so-called insider knowledge.
She got upset with me on the phone, and I was like, Sheryl, you know, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship it pretty much is not happening at this point.
And let's not forget Swoopes' bizarre critique about Clark's NCAA scoring record, where she insinuated that an extra year of college eligibility somehow invalidated Clark's achievements. Once again, facts had the final say. Clark played the same number of seasons as her peers, and the argument fell apart as quickly as it started. It's almost as if Swoopes has built a second career out of doubting Clark, and yet, each time, her claims fall apart under scrutiny.
And I called her as a friend, and I said, you know, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion.
So why does she keep pushing these narratives? Maybe it's an attempt to stay relevant in an era where the league is celebrating fresh talent, or perhaps it's just a fascination with drama. Either way, her track record for accuracy is shaky at best. Fans are noticing, and the patience for unsubstantiated stories is wearing thin. But this time, Swoopes has really stepped into it, targeting not only Caitlin Clark but also Kelsey Mitchell and former coach Christy Sides. And this is where Lexie Hull, tired of the noise, steps into the spotlight to push back. We'll break down Swoopes' most recent remarks about Kelsey Mitchell and see why they don't hold up under the light of reality. Spoiler: the facts tell a very different story. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now back to the action.
Because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season. And I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
Sheryl Swoopes' latest target, Kelsey Mitchell. In her recent podcast, Swoopes claimed that the Indiana Fever weren't recognizing Mitchell's contributions enough. If you believed Swoopes' take, you'd think Mitchell was overlooked and undervalued by her own team. But as usual, reality tells a different story. For starters, let's take a look at what team president Kelly Krauskopf has said. Krauskopf has consistently praised Mitchell, calling her a cornerstone of the team and emphasizing her vital role in both the Fever's present and future. Statements like Kelsey's impact on the team is irreplaceable and her leadership sets the standard for where we're headed hardly sound like a player being neglected, do they?
That's not unusual, and it certainly doesn't change our opinion of how important Kelsey is and how important, she is to returning to this team. So that she's our number one priority.
And it's not just management singing her praises. Mitchell herself has expressed deep gratitude for the organization and her teammates and how they, as a team, was able to block out all the noise. Not exactly the picture of discontent Swoopes tried to paint. Mitchell has openly described moments when Clark's passes set her up for critical shots, showing their mutual support and chemistry on the court. But perhaps the most compelling evidence comes directly from the court. During the Fever's standout season, Mitchell's numbers didn't just hold steady, they improved. Analysts have noted that with Clark's assist-heavy game, Mitchell's scoring opportunities increased, making her an even more potent offensive threat. This synergy debunks any narrative of neglect.
A lot of people don't understand that either about Caitlin. You don't know where those passes are going.
No,
Yo,
it's going to go to where she thinks you're going to score from. She's like a football.
Quarterback.
She's passing you into a route.
Peyton Manning. Indianapolis' finest.
So why would Swoopes make such claims? It seems like another chapter in her pattern of trying to sow division and doubt. But this time, Lexie Hull has had enough. In response to these allegations, Hull spoke out, underscoring the team's unity and mutual respect. She highlighted behind-the-scenes moments that show just how much the Fever appreciate and uplift each other, like playful banter during practice and team outings that boost morale. Hull's perspective offers an inside look into a team that doesn't just play together, they thrive together. Whether it's bonding over off-court activities or supporting each other during tough games, the Fever exemplify camaraderie. This isn't just a team. They're a force built on collaboration, laughter, and undeniable team spirit. But what did Hull really say about the locker room that's putting Swoopes in her place?
She'll just throw out comments that are just funny. Like, no one else is saying it but Caitlin. She sees the game at a bigger scale, obviously with the platform that she's created for herself, and then that's transitioned to the game. It's huge. And I think, like, for me, especially as a point guard and as someone that's delivering a lot of the passes that lead to shots, like, if I miss, she's definitely going to say, like, you got the next one. Like, I can count on her for keeping me, like, confident and positive. So yeah, I think that shows the player that she is and the leader she is as a point guard.
Lexie Hull, known for her determined play and steadfast commitment, isn't typically one to speak out on off-court drama. But when Sheryl Swoopes started weaving her latest tale of division, Hull decided it was time to set the record straight. Hull's words carried weight, not just because of who she is, but because she spoke from a place of first-hand experience. She described the Fever's atmosphere as one filled with support and laughter, painting a vivid picture of practices that were both intense and fun. One standout story involved Caitlin Clark during a tough practice with loud music blaring, showcasing her effortlessly funny side that kept everyone in good spirits. Hull emphasized that these moments were essential for team morale, turning high-pressure practices into opportunities for bonding.
There was one practice, Christy turns on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this loud music, and Caitlin screams, she's like, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." And everyone's like, what? And Christy reacted and said, "What did you say?" And she repeated it. And all of us were just we were all dying because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, "What did you say?" and you repeat it, no one else is repeating it, but she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all rolling on the ground laughing.
Hull also detailed how the team, including herself and Kelsey Mitchell, worked together to block out the noise on social media. The Fever have a culture of encouragement, where if one player has an off night, the others step up with positive reinforcement. This camaraderie debunks Swoopes' claims of locker room toxicity. Hull shared how the team's unity helped her regain confidence after tough stretches, emphasizing that Clark's leadership was pivotal in creating an atmosphere where everyone could thrive.
It's hard. Like, it's easy to say, like, yeah, don't read it, but everybody does a little bit. And I think it's having like that support system to help keep you on track. The biggest thing is finding people to kind of get you out of that cycle and get you to thinking about the positive things you did, even though a lot of times people online aren't talking about the positive things.
Hull's comments also offered a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the team's dynamics. Stories of spontaneous team outings, golf games, group dinners, and even team-building yoga sessions highlighted that this was not just a team but a family. Even after difficult losses, the players leaned on each other, not just as teammates but as friends who shared a common goal. Hull noted that these activities weren't just for show, but were genuine expressions of their bond. The result? Fans and analysts rallied around Hull's clear-eyed take, praising her for speaking the truth and exposing the disconnect between Swoopes' narrative and the team's actual bond. This outpouring of support further solidified Hull's standing as not just a player, but a leader willing to defend her team.
All of these people were supporting me this whole time, and I didn't know that they were supporting me until that moment. So like, you kind of forget that there's these people behind the scenes until they come out of the woodwork and say like, I've been following along this whole time. Like, I'm so proud of you. And that just feels so good to know that there's such a community behind everybody on our team, even when you don't hear it every day.
When Sheryl Swoopes' critiques moved beyond Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, she set her sights on former Fever head coach Christy Sides. According to Swoopes, Sides was unfairly let go, hinting at internal issues and a chaotic team environment. But once again, Swoopes' claims seem more fiction than fact, and here's why.
Call me a conspiracy theorist, but it's not lost on me that the day after Christy Sides is let go is the day that Stephanie White stepped down from coaching in Connecticut.
Christy Sides' time with the Fever was marked by dedication and resilience. Team president Kelly Krauskopf expressed deep appreciation for Sides, stating that Christy brought tremendous dedication and worked hard to steer the team during a crucial phase.
I can't say anything bad about the job that Christy Sides and her staff did. I mean, she did everything she was hired to do and then some, through tough, a tough first year of Caitlin and all the attention and everything that went with that. I mean, I give them a lot of credit.
Players, including Lexie Hull, echoed this sentiment. Hull shared that Sides' support was unwavering, even during the toughest of seasons. She described how Sides would push them to grow, foster collaboration, and maintain a focus on the future. Swoopes' version of internal unrest just doesn't align with the reality described by those who were actually there.
I mean, it's hard. I think like in this profession, like things just are so fluid and you never know what to expect. You never get comfortable. And I mean, heading into next year, this will be my 4th head coach in 4 years. So just it's a crazy job. And I'm really sad for Christy. I think she's a great person, a great leader. Excited to see what she does in the future.
It's essential to understand that Sides' departure wasn't some abrupt fallout filled with drama. The decision was mutual and strategically planned, aligning with the Fever's long-term goals for progress and change. Hull described how the team took the news as part of their natural evolution, emphasizing that Sides departed with heartfelt well wishes from both players and management. This wasn't a tale of toxic fallout. It was a calculated step toward the future. Even Sides herself maintained a respectful silence following her departure. Her only public remarks reflected professionalism, showing that she understood the nature of transitions in sports. Analysts and fans alike praised her graceful exit, comparing it to that of a true leader who knows when to pass the baton for the greater good. Swoopes' implications of discord simply don't hold up when compared to the steady, positive remarks from those involved.
Christy Sides did a great job. And as we move forward, my thought process was how do we maximize what we have and how do we jump on this opportunity now?
The truth is that while Swoopes might try to cast doubt, the Fever are clearly a team on a mission, bound not by controversy, but by shared goals and mutual respect. They are forging ahead, learning from each chapter and adapting for future success. But was Hull alone, or did the rest of the locker room feel the same? Where was Swoopes getting her so-called insider information? As the noise from Sheryl Swoopes' claims reverberated, the Indiana Fever's response was not silence, but solidarity. Lexie Hull's firm rebuttal to Swoopes' allegations sparked a wave of support from her teammates. This show of unity spoke volumes about the true nature of the team, a stark contrast to the narrative Swoopes was pushing. Take Erica Wheeler, for example. Known for her candid and honest reflections, Wheeler described the Fever's locker room as anything but toxic. She mentioned how Caitlin Clark's humor and playful antics often turned tense moments into opportunities for laughter and bonding.
All we do is have fun. With Caitlin Clark, who never takes anything serious, like I tell people all the time, she's really a kid at heart.
Aaliyah Boston, another rising star on the team, added her voice to Hull's. Boston shared how the team supported one another on and off the court, celebrating each other's successes and picking each other up during tough times. Stories of spontaneous movie nights, shared workouts, and group dinners painted an image of camaraderie that couldn't be faked.
All right, guys, we're starting a little TikTok weight room vlog. We're gonna show you what we do.
Get the butt down. Good.
Okay, speed. Okay, speed. Feel strong? Yes. Thank you. Shoulder press. Cheese. Love it. Cheese.
Boo. Great stress support.
Oh, she is strong.
Lexie Hull highlighted how these shared experiences built a level of trust that carried into their gameplay. "We play harder for each other because we know we've got each other's backs," she said, and it showed. The Fever's resilience in tight games, their ability to bounce back after losses, and the shared joy after wins were all proof of this unity. It's a team where everyone's contribution, whether on the court or in team morale, is valued and respected. The Fever's true story, highlighted by Hull and echoed by others, stands in stark contrast to the image Swoopes tried to sell. It's one of connection, shared laughter, and an unwavering bond that turns teammates into family. This is what makes the Fever not just a team, but a force to be reckoned with. How are the Fever channeling this unity and momentum as they set their sights on 2025, a season that promises to be even more exciting?
All of us just kind of like stuck together, trusted the process, and realized that like the start of the season isn't the biggest deal. It's how we finish and how we get better. And really proud of just the resiliency of the group.
One thing is crystal clear. The Indiana Fever are far from the disjointed team Sheryl Swoopes tried to portray. Instead, they're a group of resilient athletes who've grown stronger through shared experiences, mutual support, and a collective vision. Lexie Hull's decision to push back against these baseless claims was more than just defending her teammates. It was about setting the record straight and showcasing the truth that the Fever live and breathe every day. Caitlin Clark, often the center of Swoopes' exaggerated critiques, has proven herself as not just a standout rookie, but a transformative leader. Her influence has elevated everyone around her, turning teammates like Kelsey Mitchell and Lexie Hull into stronger, more confident players. The so-called Caitlin mania that Swoopes alluded to, it's not a problem. It's a movement that's revitalized the team and drawn in a legion of new fans. Clark's leadership isn't divisive, it's unifying, a beacon that has brought the Fever into a new era of hope and excitement.
Yes, we are. We're definitely in a position, and I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
And let's not forget the impact of Christy Sides. Far from being a tale of discord, her tenure and departure were marked by professionalism, mutual respect, and an acknowledgement of her efforts to guide the team during a pivotal period. This was not the story of chaos Swoopes tried to sell. Instead, it was a testament to how organizations evolve and make bold decisions to keep progressing. The Fever's real story isn't one of locker room strife and overlooked talent. It's about the rise of a new era, brimming with talent, heart, and unity. Lexie Hull's Stand Against Misinformation, supported by voices like Erica Wheeler and Aaliyah Boston, showcases a team that refuses to be defined by external narratives. This is a team that lifts each other up, laughs together, and battles on the court as one.
You've changed the world in so many ways. You've done it with so much grace. And I'm so happy to take the floor with you, to be a part of this experience. I want to tell you to give yourself some grace, kid. You've done a lot of things that not a lot of people can do. And from me to you, I'm always going to be a fan. I'm always going to be in your corner. I'm always going to be in your backcourt.
As we look ahead to 2025, one thing is certain. This is a team to watch. The Fever's momentum, leadership, and bond set the stage for something special. With every practice, every game, and every victory, they are rewriting their story, showing the WNBA what it means to be resilient and driven. So, to all the fans excited for what's next, stay tuned. The Indiana Fever are just getting started, and they're ready to show the world what true team spirit looks like. Remember, this isn't just about a game. It's about heart, family, and the unyielding will to prove the doubters wrong. Are you excited for the next season? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.